Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. We are reaching you live from Abuja. I am Vivian Izadifi. Emergency rescue teams of the Federal Road Safety Corps endured another over 3 hours of inferno in an effort to rescue road traffic victims at the scene of a fatal crash that claimed 19 lives this Sunday at Okene Bypass on the Okene-Lokoja Highway in Kogi State. A statement by the Corps Public Education Officer Jonas Agu says the FRSC emergency rescue teams deployed to rescue the victims could not achieve desired results as the efforts they put into the rescue operations were unduly hindered by the fire inferno that engulfed the two vehicles. Last week, the attention of road users was drawn to issues of imbibing morals and ethical rebirth, which have become a major issue in the country. Jonas Agu warned against traffic violations, citing instances where they resulted in avoidable crashes with fire outbreak, leading to wanton loss of precious lives and destruction to properties. As a result, he had earlier emphasized the need for maximum penalty for these drivers. The reaffirmed the resolution of the Corps to continue its ongoing prosecution of drivers who, by their actions, cause road traffic crashes in Nigeria, noting that the driver of the truck involved in the Okene crash will not be an exemption. According to the reports, the crash, which was caused by a route violation, one way, and wrongful overtaking, involved 22 people, all male. Unfortunately, 19 people out of the 22 victims were killed and 1 injured. The remaining 2 victims, who were rescued by FRSC operatives without injuries, survived the crash because they complied with the traffic regulations on the compulsory use of seat belts. The corpses of the dead victims whose lives were claimed by the crash have been deposited at Okene General Hospital. The fuel situation facing motorists in Abuja seems to be easing up, with more petrol trucks captured driving to various petrol stations in the metropolis. Lydia Samson reports that most petrol stations are no longer visibly overwhelmed with queues. Petrol trucks were seen either driving in or loaded with products, waiting to offload. Motorists, however, have different opinions and perspectives to the whole situation. While some say the situation is better, others believe not much is changed, alleging that it is simply because it's a weekend.
I've been here for about 45 minutes and it's almost not moving.
Maybe, let's say, 30 minutes.
30 minutes?
Yeah. The queue is not as long as it was yesterday and day for yesterday. So maybe there's some improvement, hopefully.
Today is better, at least the fuel has started coming.
Okay. It's not better because this is necessary for a Nigerian citizen. It shouldn't be on a queue for you to get fuel. It's quite very stressful.
Yesterday was tougher. This morning was tougher too because everybody came out in their numbers. I just see the numbers reducing right now.
It seems like there's improvement in supply, and I believe tomorrow will be better than today.
Following the inauguration of the first oil field in the state last year, Nasarawa state government has inaugurated a 7-man advisory and technical committee that will facilitate the development of oil and gas sector in the state. Governor Abdullahi Suli, who inaugurated the committee in Lafia, tasked them to liaise with NNPC Limited for seamless implementation of oil exploration in Obi and other parts of the state. Aliu Tijani reports.
Discovery of oil and gas in the state, with exploration ongoing, has launched the state into the oil and gas community to facilitate investment in oil and gas sector that will benefit the people of the state, as well as provide enabling environment for investors. A 7-man committee has been set up by the state government. The committee will, among others, liaise with other stakeholders in the industry and monitor compensation for host communities. Also, the committee is expected to facilitate execution of corporate social responsibility for the host communities. Governor Sule tasked the committee to live above board in the discharge of their duties.
The associated benefits of this project are in the areas of wealth creation, employment opportunity, revenue generation, and economic growth of Nasarawa State. Guided by our desire to ensure the maximum benefit of this project, it becomes absolutely necessary to be proactive in order to place the state on the right pedestal for oil and gas exploration and exploitation activities in the state.
The governor also urged host communities to take ownership of the investment by creating peaceful atmosphere for investors. The committee pledged to discharge their responsibilities professionally and in line with their mandates. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
The air component of Operation Well Punched has targeted terrorist hideouts in Shiruru local government area of Niger State at a stronghold of notorious terrorist kingpin Malam Umar and several other commanders located in the Alawa Forest area. The strikes followed extensive intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance operations in the targeted area, revealing clusters of huts within compounds amidst dense vegetation with significant presence of armed terrorists loitering around the vicinity. Also, painstaking intelligence earlier gathered had confirmed that these same terrorists were responsible for the recent attacks on ground troops at Bassa community, as well as multiple improvised explosive devices incidences along the Pandagori-Alawa Road within the same LGA. The air component promptly deployed its air assets to decisively eliminate the terrorists, resulting in effective and maximum damage to the targets. A post-strike battle damaged assessments later confirmed the neutralization of several of the terrorists and the destruction of their hideouts, with positive consequences on their ability to attack surface forces as well as innocent civilians within the area. Similar airstrikes were also carried out the same day in the Niger Delta region against economic saboteurs and oil thieves, bent on illegally siphoning crude oil from mutilated pipelines while destroying the environment and ecosystems. The Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, has assured of a stronger collaborations with the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies. This is consequent upon the need to map out workable measures through non-kinetic approach in response to the security challenges across the nation. A statement by the spokesperson of the Corps, Afolabi Babawale, says the Commandant General of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, NSCDC, Ahmed Abubakar, affirms that the collaboration will provide strategies to combat crime in Nigeria. The statement further indicates that the NSCDC will work with the NILDS to enhance the security architecture of the nation, while leveraging the platform provided by the Institute to strengthen and improve the capacity building of the NSCDC personnel. Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has convicted two notorious drug kingpins to life imprisonment following their arrests and prosecution by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim has details.
For 43-year-old businessman, his journey to a lifetime in jail began when he was first arrested by NDLEA operatives on the 19th March 2022 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja. He was found to have ingested 100 wraps of cocaine weighing 2.243 kilograms, same as the case of another 42-year-old drug dealer who was also convicted on similar offense. Meanwhile, NDLEA officers at the Gate C departure hall of the Lagos airport intercepted a passenger while attempting to export 4,000 pills of tramadol to Malpensa in Spain. The psychoactive substance was found concealed in women's wear and granulated melon, popularly known as egusi. In Bayelsa State, NDLEA operatives on Wednesday, 24th April, arrested a 28-year-old lady for producing and distributing cakes laced with illicit drugs, especially cannabis sativa. At the time of her arrest, substantial number of the drugged cakes weighing 1.5 kilograms were recovered from her. 2 others were arrested for a similar offense. More illicit substances such as cannabis sativa, pentazocine injection were intercepted in Kaduna, Adamawa and Edo states. In Abuja, Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
At every minute somewhere around the world, there are records of occupational accidents and diseases, many of which are caused by climate change. This is why the global community is turning attention to the health, safety and risks workers are exposed to due to climate change. Clement Barikui takes it from here.
In the workplace, both formal and informal sectors, employees and their employers are facing various forms of occupational hazards. With the reality of climate change becoming daily occurrence globally, workers now have to battle with excessive heat, ultraviolet radiation, extreme weather events, air pollution, vector-borne diseases, and agrochemicals. Safety experts believe it is time to change the gears and focus on empowering the workplace.
Occupational safety and health is influenced by climate change. Now, heat stress can affect the worker. Some workers get dehydrated because of overexposure to the heat, and so they may die, or they may be weak, or they may be exhausted during work.
The issue of ensuring safety lies with everyone involved, from top management to the frontline workers. So don't feel bad. If that young guy that you deployed to go work outdoor comes back and tell you, sir, I'm not comfortable, I'm a little bit stressed out, don't feel bad.
As campaigns to mitigate the impact of climate change on health and safety at workplace continue till 28th April 2025, when another theme will emerge, the International Labour Organization agrees with key stakeholders and industry players that a safe and healthy environment is the responsibility of all, from top management to front-line workers. Clement Barikui, NTA News.
Let's take a break now. More reports when we return. Stay with us. Many thanks for staying with News24. Moving on to other issues now. In a bid to prepare Nigerian youth for leadership roles, Aminu Kano Center for Democratic Research and Al-Habibiyya Islamic Society have organized a 2-day dialogue titled Intergenerational Dialogue on Youth for Leadership Role in Nigeria. Masood Aliu tells us more.
Leadership is about quality. A leader must be modest and decent in his ways and manners, in his dress and speeches.
The dialogue that brings together stakeholders aims to identify solutions to the major challenges the country grapples with over time. It was also a platform to evolve bridging mechanism between generations and harnessing the potentials of future leaders.
The intergenerational dialogue is really a partnership program designed to inculcate values of leadership and governance in our youths.
See, we've been hearing the not too young to run, but we have seen young people running and they are running into crisis. So how do we now curtail such type of running, that they will be running with control, that will be running with sensibility, that will be running with responsibility, and that will be running with focus?
Participants from diverse backgrounds, including academia, civil society and religious organizations, engaged in discussions with focus on exploring avenues for youth inclusion in leadership positions.
Especially this time around, whereby money play a key or vital role in politics. You must have money to buy electorate. You must have a godfather. So these are the major challenges we youth are facing when we have the willingness to contest in an election.
Youth leadership have learned many things about how we youths can be motivated and to be more strong in the coming future.
Continued dialogue, mentorship and capacity building, participants believe, are essential in nurturing a new generation of visionary leaders capable of driving Nigeria towards prosperity and sustainable development.
Dedication, commitment, resilience, and focus can shape the ambition and future of young Nigerians to achieve greatness and excel in their chosen field or career. These were the views of family, friends, and associates of Olatunde Christopher Luke during a book presentation titled Defying the Odds. Ibrahim Bello Gunda was at Royal Guest Inn, Abuja, venue of the book launch, and now reports.
The book, titled Defying the Odds, The Story of My Life, is chronicled in 18 chapters and 227 pages, detailing the adventure, experience and career of a young man from the rural area, Olatunde Christopher Luke, his journey in life, and how he struggles to become Assistant Commissioner of Police and a legal practitioner. The chief launcher, DIG David Folawiyo, retired. The book reviewer, Professor Atenibi Alemika, represented by his daughter Moboni Alemika, described the book as a biography of the author and inspiring portrait of a life journey from the scratch.
This is a man of courage, fervent, fearless, barrister at law.
He's teaching all of us to be very focused from the early beginning. And we must have the determination to succeed at all costs without cutting corners.
The writer, Olatunde Christopher Luke, and his family described the book as an account of rough road in life and an inspiration to younger generation.
No matter how unfortunate our life is, we should not allow it to define the outcome of our life. So that is what I'm trying to let the people know, that even no matter what the odd is, you are capable of overcoming it.
One thing I want to tell you, tenacity, perseverance, and is a man that is a go-getter. He's committed to whatever he's doing in life.
Getting knowledge, perseverance, in good time, everything, there's time for reap and reward. So I would say he's a good man, he's a great dad.
The book launch also coincides with the 70th birthday of Olatunde Christopher Luke. In Abuja, Ibrahim Bello Gunda, NTA News.
Promise made is promise kept. These were the reassuring words of the contractors handling the various projects scheduled for inauguration come May this year. Onoze Yakubu covered the inspection tour of the project by the FCT Minister, Nyesom Wike, ahead of inauguration.
For the two sides of the bridge and the right service carriageway, we will finish the earthwork today and tomorrow, within 2 days to finish. And Your Excellency, you may see on the left service carriageway, we already line the stone base. So we will continue finish the stone base for all those stations.
This is one road project you have personally approved to just take off the LED, so no need for talking about the politician there. That's what they are installing already. They have tested on the other side, which is so unhelpful.
In the words of the FCT Minister Yesen Wiki, the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Tinubu is on course. This is coming against the backdrop of assurances from the contractors handling the various projects within the city center. From the Southern Parkway to the Outer Southern Expressway, Ossex, the B6 and B12, and the N20, as well as the Vice President official residence, among other projects. It is a cheering news for the FCT Minister for the various works that have reached appreciable level of completion.
We did promise the residents of Abuja, by the grace of God, during the 1 year inauguration or celebration of Mr. President, that we'll have a lot of projects that Mr. President will inaugurate. We've been to the Southern Park, which is being done by Cetraco. That is almost 98% ready. We've been to Ossex, which is being done by CGC. You can agree with me, that is just the beauty. The landscape is wonderful. And that is also almost 98% completed. We went to the VP's residence. Jonas Berger has given us and said, look, all the furniture, everything is ready. All they are doing is to do what we call finishing touches. From there, we went to B6, B6, B12, which they have also said will be ready for commissioning. And now we're here at N20. You can see it's almost 98 or 99% ready. I want to thank all the companies by keeping to their words.
Wiki, however, commends President Bola Tinubu for giving the necessary support to fast-track development in the nation's capital. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
Yearly Nigerian graduates are scheduled for one scheme across the country to further promote unity in diversity, and the NYSC orientation camp is always centers for their orientation for services expected of them. Investigation reveals that the camp is always structured to provide basic amenities that enhances the well-being of prospective corps members during their 3 weeks orientation exercise. Significant among the amenities in the camp is the Mami Markets, a mini commercial area provided to cater for the daily needs of the young graduates and their instructors. Doris Akumunye brings us highlights of her interactions with some service providers at the market.
The orientation exercise is said to be one of the cardinal points of the NYSC scheme, compulsory for graduates posted for their 1-year mandatory national service to fatherland.
Has played a pivotal role in shaping the lives of our young graduates, instilling in them the virtues of discipline, patriotism, and self-service to our great nation.
The orientation camp is a regimented place. As such, all activities on camp are guided by rules and regulations. You are not allowed to breach any of those rules and regulations, as a camp management will not tolerate any form of indiscipline, such as fighting, stealing, drunkenness, cultism, drug abuse in the camp.
On arrival, one of the first spots of call after due registration is a place to relax and cool off the stress of long travels. This is where the NYSC Mami Markets comes in handy. The market, located at the end point of the permanent orientation camp, is seasonal and operates when new corps members arrive camp for their 3 weeks orientation exercise. The market accommodates young people with entrepreneurial mindset, offering services ranging from food, articles, medical, tailoring, laundry service, to mention but a few.
Mami Market is special because we enjoy it. When the corps members come, we make money inside there.
Here, there's what they call kekemfia, like plantain porridge and fish. They prepare for them. They have fisherman soup. You know, these are some of the foods that maybe you will not see it in some places like the north. You understand? But when you come here, you have different varieties here.
Too. It's bread too. Ghana bread is 32. This one is 15. This one is called Koroba. It's 25.
Though expensive, dealers who have spent longer years in the system say the Mami Market is home away from home, as indigenous cuisines and other dishes are available 24